that was pretty fun. What the frick? Oh my god, so I finished, recently I watched The Lair of the White Worm with Hugh Grant, Peter Capaldi. Finished it. Did I know what was happening? Yes and no. As I said before, it is very camp. Like when you watch it, you're like, oh god. Interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. Would I watch it again? Who knows? Like, did I enjoy it? Yes. It's a movie, as Mr. Styles once said. It's like a movie. It's a movie. The plot kind of makes sense. A lot of like religious themes were there, and it played a huge role in that. So that got my brain turning. I was like, dang, this is wild. There's even a character called Eve. I was like, this is crazy. I know this stuff. My head was being blown the entire time. I said, this is crazy. But anyway, so I only watched that because I'm going through a Peter Capaldi phase. I'm also watching stuff with Hugh Grant. Hugh Laurie. Again, why are there so many Hughs? But not enough. So many Hughs and not one of them are mine. Unfair. But I watched it because Peter Capaldi was in it. And I was like, this will be interesting. And it was. It was so interesting. Uh-huh. But one thing I think people don't give credit enough to is whenever you get like a new celebrity crush and you're like, oh, I want to watch everything they've ever been in. One thing they don't talk about is how you broaden your filmography, like what you consume. Because sometimes I watch movies I never would have watched. The Lair of the White Worm, never would have watched it if Peter Capaldi wasn't in it, but because he's in it, I watched it. And then you gain new perspective and insight. And I think it's really cool. You just broaden your horizons. And that's happened a lot. I've watched movies that I never would have watched before. And I've become aware of certain things I never would become aware of. And I've got to experience art that I never would have gotten to experience if I've not been, heavily into that actor. And are the things always great? No. It doesn't take away the fact that it's still art, somebody still took time to make it. I can never fully be against, like, oh my god, this movie was so bad. Because at the end of the day, if I enjoy a movie, I'm going to be like, yeah, that was a good movie. Was it a good movie in terms of plot, acting? No, maybe not. But I still had a good time, so I'm going to say it's a good movie. Is there anything I would give a 0 out of 10? Anything I've watched personally that would be a 0 out of a 10? Like with Hugh Jackman, for example, I bought a lot of his movies, and one of the movies I bought was Swordfish. Do I really truly get it? No. I watched that movie so many times and I'm still confused each time. I'm not confused. I know what it's about. I know the plot. I know what the general consensus is. Like, it was an action movie. It was supposed to be something that but still, doesn't mean that I'm sitting there thinking, oh, this is great writing. This is the best thing they've ever put out in cinema. I'm just like, yeah, I'm having a fun time. I get to look at Hugh Jackman. And also there's action scenes. Let me think. Tell me about your day and I'll serenade you for Oh my gosh. Do you know whistling? You know people like whistle with their, when they do this thing? And then they whistle. That is so attractive to me. I'm coming. You whistling for me? I'm coming. I don't know why I think that's so attractive. I've always thought that was so attractive. probably something there to go through and check out, but I'm not going to do that. Speaking of things that aren't really physically, like, you can't, that's not a physical thing. Like somebody's appearance, being able to whistle like that, but I find that attractive. Other things that I find mightily attractive that aren't necessarily a physical quality: sass, sarcasm, anything resembling that, I'm all over. I'm all over. Wide, broad sense of humor, I'm gonna be so attracted to that. I love dad puns, dark humor, you know, dry humor. I'm all for it. Any type. If you can make me laugh, marriage certificate. It's just great. If he's like really passionate, whatever he's passionate about, if he has a lot of knowledge on one topic. I said I was like attracted to intelligent people. It doesn't have to be book smart. It could be about, you're so intelligent about whatever you're into, whatever you're passionate about. I think that is hot. I think that is what I want. It's what I'm looking for in a guy. Is whenever he's really passionate and he speaks about it all the time. So yeah, whenever they talk about something that they have a lot of knowledge in, oh baby, God. So Spencer Reed is like really that's probably, oh my God, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of the characters I have a crush on, whenever they start yapping, I'm like, God, this is great. I need you. Going through that right now with Dr. Gregory House, Hugh Laurie, which is new, but I'm also going over it again with the 12th Doctor. Let's go through the doctors that I have crushes on. Dr. Reed, Dr. Gregory House, the Doctor. What's the other one? Doctor Strange. Speaking of, I was told to, like, hey, maybe you should watch old Doctor Who, because I've not watched old Doctor Who, I've only watched New Who. They said you would like the 8th Doctor. So I'm planning on doing that after I get through my rewatch / new watch of New Who. I feel like you're missing out. Oh jeez. You're missing out. Go ahead, Artie. Oh jeez. Oh, Artie. Okay. Dude. Stay there. My room has the window that faces the road, and last night at like 9:30, I was already zonked. I was knocked out. I sensed somebody was in my room. Opened my eyes, and my mother is looking outside of my window. I just I'm registering what I'm witnessing, because, you know, I was asleep, and when I turned to the other side, I see my mother, and I think, what the fuck is happening right now? Because she all of a sudden turns and leaves my room, and that's whenever I start to be like, what the heck? I say, Mother? She comes back in there. I pop on my glasses, my trusty little Sears, look out the window, like, what the frick? It's so dark. What am I looking at? She comes back in here. Apparently there was a car that had been driving by our house like 3 or 4 times, and then would just sit at our mailbox and sit there for minutes, and then do that for a while. She was like, there's a car out there, and it's sitting in our mailbox. I was like, what are we gonna do about it? Because quite frankly, what the heck? Why are you sitting outside of our house, at our mailbox? A little bit concerning. I was too tired to really think, though. So after she said that, I looked outside. It was gone. She's like, yeah, it already left again. I said, okay. I took off my glasses and laid back down, because we've got locks on our doors, like extra security things. And I was like, this is, what do you want me to do? So anyway, that was fun last night. And then I kept waking up because I had to pee. You ever just have one of those nights where you're just peeing? You wake up and it's like, hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Don't play all back, let it go. The Shrek 5 movie, I know some people, there's like on the fence about it. And they're like, the animation isn't different. They just got better at animating. I'm like, no, it is different. Granted, I know I'm not the target audience. But also, what are you making a Shrek 5 for if it's not for the people who have grown up with Shrek? Do you know what I mean? They could have kept the same animation that they used for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, because that was good. He still looked like Puss in Boots. He didn't look like a whole new thing. Making the animation better and changing the style of animation, two different things. And they changed the style of the animation. They did. Flip it up. Flip it up. Come hither. Oh my god. Speaking of me not personally liking the new direction that they're going with animation for Shrek, there's this thing going on recently with opinions where everybody has them, but nobody likes that everybody has them. And they think that their opinion is right. And I'm saying, babe, an opinion is not fact. And everybody has an opinion. The only time I'm like, your opinion is wrong is whenever you are being racist, homophobic, just a general bad human being, and you don't agree on basic human rights. Then that's whenever I start being, your opinions are wrong. But if we're talking about opinions on, oh my god, I love this character, and then you come over here and you're like, that character's awful. The character sucks. I'm like, okay, but I like him. And you're like, oh, you're talking. Shh. Or anytime I do a video, I'm like, I really think that this character is hot. And people say, you think that I don't know what you see in him. I was like, well, that's why I said I think he is. You do not have to agree with me. That is fine, babe. That is fine. Everybody is just pushing. I'm like, hey, we've all got an opinion. And they don't always have to be shared. You should just move on. If you don't like something, you don't have to engage with it. That's crazy, I know. It's a weird concept. You don't have to put people down because you don't agree with them. Because their favorite color is blue and you like green. Oh my god, I like blue. Yeah, well, blue sucks. Green is the best. I was just saying that I like blue. Yeah, and I'm telling you that you're wrong. Maybe, I don't know, we should just be more kind. Moss green. Sage green. I do like green. Dang, that's a good color. Yeah, I don't know. Opinions are, instead of being something that can cause a discussion to happen, there's just hate that happens because if you don't agree with somebody's opinion, they think that you're attacking their opinion. Well, that's not how it is. That's not how it is, babe. But yeah, I just think that's gotten a little bit out of hand. We could be a little bit more kinder to each other, more considerate of people's feelings. Speaking of fictional characters and crushes and favorites and all of that, would you rather, I've been thinking about it a lot, would you rather go to, I think of the benefits and the cost, maybe you should finish your sentence before you start going into the things, babe, okay. Would you rather go to a fictional world where your favorite fictional characters are and all that, or would you rather bring them here? Because as much as I love Dean Winchester, I don't know if I want to go into the world of Supernatural. The chances of survival, low, very low. But I also don't. You made I was about to say, what if I could only bring one? It's your own mind. Create whatever the heck you want. I want to bring whoever I will please. I would probably bring them here. They wouldn't be as stressed. They don't have to kill things. And also, I don't have to worry about them dying that way. Because they don't have to go fight those things. So I'm going to bring them here. But there are certain worlds, like Doctor Who. That's confusing, though. Because if the Doctor comes here, does the TARDIS still work? And does he get here via TARDIS? And then can we still travel? I think my chances of survival are a lot higher with the Doctor than with Dean Winchester. I love you, but that's just how I think that would work. In Marvel, a lot of stuff goes down. And a lot of those characters, like Logan, everybody he loves is dying. Or he is. And I just don't think I could handle that. Perishing? I think not. I think there's benefits and cons to both. I mean, if you were to ask the Doctor, they kind of fly solo most of the time unless they get a companion. I will be your companion, happily. If you bring Dean, you gotta bring Sam and you gotta bring Cass. I think he would be fine with them being there. But you couldn't just bring Dean by himself. He would find a way to go back to where he came from because he wants his family. Not gonna I'm not getting in the way of that. I'm like, listen, I would rather you guys be happy. Forget me. Y'all live. 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 It's live. Speaking of Ted Lasso, season 4 has been confirmed. They said they're going to start filming in July, and I'm super excited. I love that marble man with a mustache. Had a huge crush on him. Still kind of do whenever I rewatch Ted Lasso. It reignites. I'm like, oh, this is why. This is why this is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. I think that him and Rebecca should be together. Again, this is my opinion. That's my opinion. I personally love Ted and Rebecca together. I know there's people that are like, I love their friendship, and I don't want it to be ruined. I'm over here like, okay, I also love their friendship, but I want it to be more. I want them to be together forever. Stay up there, RT. I think they would make a great couple. I think that they would be really cute. I think that he would treat her the way she deserves, and she would treat him right too. Doesn't mean that I don't value their friendship. I think that's really great, but people like to say that there's no female friendships between men and women, and that's just not good. And I say, what the frick are you talking about? There's Keely and Ted, but the tension between Ted and Rebecca is palpable, and you can't deny that they would make a very cute couple. Dude. Anyway, so yeah, I want them to be together. And I know that he's coaching the men's team. No, back it up. He's coaching the women's team for season 4. Intriguing. Just saying, if I was on the women's team and I saw Ted and Rebecca interacting, I would be matchmaker master. Get over there, sugar. I know you guys. I'm like, Artie, no. Yeah, I think Ted and Rebecca to be together. If you don't, that's fine. You don't have to shout it in my face and say that I'm dumb for saying so. That's just how I feel about the matter. So yeah, I'm excited for that show as well. People really understand whenever I say that I am attracted to old men. They might just think, excuse you, snacks. Old men are snacks. Ooh, actually, no, back it up. I think I'm ahead of the curve whenever I am into older people a little bit, because I'm fully aware that we age. I feel like some people, especially my generation, not everybody, and if it's not you, another thing where people say they include people, they include people as like a broad spectrum. I'm obviously excluding you if you don't fit into that broad spectrum. Okay? So whenever I say there's people my age, if this isn't you, it doesn't apply to you. But there are people my age and a little bit older. With the way that media is at this moment in culture, everybody's they want to look young for a long time. They don't want to have the wrinkles. They don't want to have crow's feet or smile lines, which I think are beautiful. They don't want to have their hair gray, which is a preference. That's completely fine, but it's not like, oh, I just like my hair this color, or oh, I like the time. It's like legit fear of getting older and having that. And I'm like, don't be afraid. There's a beauty in getting older. It's great. You smile lines from all the fun times that you had, memories that are literally etched into your skin, excuse me. And I'm sorry. You get gray hair. Sometimes gray is caused by stress, sometimes it's a genetic thing, but I think that there's just a gracefulness that comes with aging that is great. And I love older men. Like, there's just something about the wrinkles that do it to me. I think that everybody gets more beautiful as they age. I just think that's a simple fact. And I wish we would embrace that instead of being scared of not looking young. Yeah, I think that there's a beauty in aging and that we need to just embrace it. You do know that you and your partner are both going to get older, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't base... I think physical attraction is an important thing in finding a partner, but I also am very insistent of don't let that be the only thing that you want in a partner. Because if they got a pretty face but an ugly heart, you're not going to be happy. No, you're not. But just find somebody that you are happy and content to grow old with, and you can see yourself growing old with, and you'll have fun growing old with. Have fun making memories, have fun living life. Also, finding somebody to grow old with doesn't have to mean a romantic partner. It could be your best friend. I have a best friend who I'm literally like, oh my god, we're definitely going to be old ladies together. 100%. Me and my brother, he's like, we're going to be old, and I'm going to be laughing at a joke, and I'll be like, I'm going to have to call my sister and tell her. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely going to be us. So, I have people that I'm right now very happy to grow old with and make memories with and live life with. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing at all. Why oh my. I've got music coming out. I can give you a little sneak peek. It's the 30th of this month. If you wanted, there's music. If not, you don't even gotta worry about it, babe. Yeah, anyway, so if you wanted to listen to that, you could. I have to get ready to go run. So I hope you have a great day. When I'm recording this, it's Wednesday, March 19th. I'll put this out on a Friday. Thank you for talking to me. I love talking to you. I hope you enjoyed just hanging out. Mornings with Maddie. Yeah, Artie loves you, and I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.